Hi, YouTube. It's your girl Felicia. It's been so long. So long. I know. For those few people that have been watching me, and thanks to the subscribers that I do have, I've just been chilling. I've been chilling. This year has been a very difficult year for me. Crazy. Um, I am in property management, and this year there was a little boy to go missing on my property. And you watch the news, you watch ID Investigation Channel, you watch all these crazy shows, and when something like the stuff that you watch on TV happens in real life, where you're at is it's crazy. It's crazy. The news, these shows don't even come close to what is involved with that. Like it's a lot. And then, because of your position, because of privacy and things like that, there's certain things you could say and certain things that you can't say. So you have to take all this stuff in and not respond. It's a lot. Okay? To say the least. And then as I mentioned in my last video, which I posted maybe I think it was in July, early August. I had surgery this year and had fibroids removed. Fibroids is a major problem within the African American community with Black women. I think it has a lot to do with genetics and what we eat, what we take in our bodies, and things like that. Overall health, exercise, etc. And of course, looking at me, I've always been petite. I'm not petite though, because I'm 5'9". I think I've never owned a scale, but I think I weigh like 140 pounds. But I've always, until I got into my 40s, I've always fluctuated between like 130 and 140. That's turned 40, and fibroid issues and exacerbated, and it's like, yeah, something's not right. And that's how I found it out. But anyway, I had surgery, had that stuff removed. I immediately lost 10 pounds, which I didn't necessarily need to lose, but I needed to lose it. It was not good stuff. And so, I've been on this road to recovery with that. It's a big deal when you get 4 incisions. You gotta recover from that, etc. So I've been done with that. Thankfully, I had a phenomenal doctor, and it took me 2 years to this was a 2-year process. Like when I initially went to doctors and told them I thought something was wrong, they're like, "Oh, you're constipated," and they literally had me on these medications for over a year, like for constipation, and that was not the problem. And then when they finally realized, okay, well, this is a problem, then they sent me to the family specialist. So it was like, oh, you just need to have a hysterectomy. Oh, just get the shot to stop your period, so your menstruation. And it's a lot. It's a lot, especially of me being, a single woman, never married, never having kids, never having had kids, never even been pregnant. So it's a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, it had a major psychological effect on me because it made me think, dang, do I want to have kids? Do I not? The harsh reality of the world is what it is. Like, I'm in a geriatric pregnancy state. Like, there are risks involved. And there are a lot of people. There are lots of women. Lots. I've had women, babies in my 40s, but definitely not what I envision. And then when you're faced with these decisions that you gotta make and this and that, it makes you feel like, you gotta do this right now, you gotta make a decision now, it's a lot. So that's what I've been dealing with. But despite all that, I have been staying kind of like in the know, watching what's going on in the world. And I gotta say right now, the state of the world to me it's not in a good place. The country essentially is at war. We have reached a deficit that is beyond what could have ever been imagined. A lot of people are struggling and suffering out here right now, and it's very sad. It's very sad, and it's a lot to deal with. And a lot of people are choosing to bury their heads in the sand. Instead of buckling up and saying, hey, I need to get on my game, I need to do this, you know, a pack of bacon costs $10 now. Um, Flights are double the price now. Hotel rooms are double the price now. May not be the best examples, but the point is, cost of living is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Things are way more expensive than they used to be, and people's incomes are not increasing like that. They're just not. And that's not a good sign. And poverty breeds violence, which is what we're seeing now. Domestic violence is through the roof, murders, robberies, all that stuff is crazy. And instead of people taking a seat and looking at the core issue, like the root of the problem and what needs to happen to change that, just kind of burying their heads and like going into beast mode or whatever you want to call it. And it's bad. Like it's just not good. So I just been kind of watching, observing, praying, just kind of being meditative, trying to stay in my own lane for sure. It's so easy to want to react to things, right? Because there's so much crazy stuff going on. It's like, you know, you want to say, what are you thinking? You know, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why is this everybody else's business? Like, it's so easy to respond, but we're just in a different world. And desperation breeds toxic behavior. Like, it really does. So, I don't know. I've been silent and in my lane. But I still have things to say. I still think I have a unique perspective on things, a mature perspective. I know drama and, you know, the isms sell, but I'm not, that's not me. Thankfully, I was raised a certain way and it stuck, you know, like we're not doing it. We're always going to be a lady first. And that's it. And that's not to say, you know, I'm not human, I don't have my moments, and that I can't go there because it is what it is. But, you know, decorum, and how you present yourself goes a long way. It really does. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Let's see what we have 9 minutes. With the followers I have now, I do have the ability to go live. So I thought about going live, but I haven't because I don't even know what I want to talk about. I feel like the stuff that's going on right now in the world overall, I don't like to talk politics because I don't like to talk politics. I don't like to talk religion. I don't necessarily like to talk on it. I feel like with celebrity gossip, that's easy because they put themselves out there to a certain extent, but they're trying to live their lives and also live for the people. There's so many bloggers and YouTubers already doing that. So, I mean, there are only but so many different opinions you can have on a person's situation, or you know, these celebrities. And honestly, I feel like the public is fed what they want us to know, and what we see, what we read, it's not always painting a good picture. So, celebrity gossip, and I talk about people, I'll get a good key of a situation, but I ultimately like don't really care. That might sound bad, but I don't care enough to be that engaged to like know what they're doing now. This is enough. Could it be a conversation piece? Yes. Could it be something to talk about? Yeah, but you know. So I'm just basically what I'm saying is I'm trying to feel my way out because I don't know. As I'm looking at myself, I'm trying not to stay out, but I got a cover up tattoo recently. I got this big old heart with the life sign. The gosh, what do they call it? Vital sign. And I thought, you know, because you know, dark skin women, not with so many colors we could do. I do have a tattoo with color in it, but it's not something I would necessarily show to the public. And I mean, you might see it if I have on a bathing suit, but I don't take pictures like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I take a picture, if I post a picture in a bathing suit or whatever, if I take a picture in the bathing, I'm in a pool. or I'm at the beach, like where you're supposed to be when you're being sitting in front of a mirror at home, like trying to show off. And but yeah, so my tattoos are for me. They're not necessarily for other people to view, which might sound weird, but I do understand the importance of representation. And you know, the tattoo I had before, it was a little Playboy bunny. I got the tattoo right after basic training. It was like a thing. I don't know. It's right after basic training. Most people went either to the hotel or to the tattoo shop, and or both. And for me, I went to the tattoo shop. I just felt like that's what people in the military did, and I just remember thinking I want something really, really small, something not visible to everybody, something kind of cute, and to be honest, sexy. Um, so I picked a little Playboy bunny, and I was. It might sound very intentional, like the way I'm describing it, but it was a very green thing to do. I didn't regret it. I didn't really funny. I thought it was cute, but ultimately, you know, as life goes on, and you start experiencing things and meet people. I didn't like the message. I didn't like the way it came across to me. If that makes sense, like because I would get asked questions like, "Oh, are you a player?" It's like what? Because in my mind, I'm not thinking about that um at all. Thought about it at the time because it hurt. Once it's there, you know, you kind of like zone out. It wasn't to me. It wasn't this deep thing like a representation of somebody that passed away, um, or you know, a kid's name or something like that. No, it wasn't that. It was just, and for me, in a way, it was kind of like a rite of passage. Like, hey, I did something that very few people would do. I joined the military. I made it through basic training successfully. Now I'm going to go into my job training, and I don't know. That might not even make sense, but that's the honestly our truth of what I was feeling in that moment. So, um, yeah, I can go on and on, but that just telling the story. So, the heart for me obviously represents love. Black is what I am, and life is what we all desire. Good life, healthy life, vital life. Still going. So yeah, just sharing that little piece. But yeah, happy Saturday, everybody. I read my 15-minute mark. I didn't really know exactly what I was going to talk about today. So I'm just kind of running my mouth. I have a dinner date tonight at one of my favorite restaurants in the Hampton Roads area. Um, and it's with a friend. The date is with a friend, a real friend, not somebody sexual or anything like that. I think it's good to have friends, do friend dates and things like that. So I'm going to enjoy me some excellent Italian food tonight with the fish with the head on it. To the Islanders, they wouldn't mind it at all. That's what they're accustomed to. But man, it took some adjustment. But I'm gonna tell you, this Italian restaurant. When I ordered the fish, right? Because I'm a seafood lover. I love seafood. I eat almost anything seafood. Almost anything. I do have. Yeah. But the fish was presented to me with a head on it, and I didn't know that it was gonna come like that. So essentially, I wanted to say, send this back because you're not doing that. Like, why didn't y'all cut that off? Because who eats the head of a fish? But I mean, I know there are people that do. There are people that eat every single crevice and part of animals. I've been watching the I think it's the Best Food Show um YouTube page. Man, they eat any and everything in every part. I cannot. I pray for the host because I'm just like, dude, our bodies are not meant to consume that. Like, we're just not. But anyway, different subject. Back to this restaurant. I got out of my head with the head, focus on part of the fish that I knew I would love and enjoy. Man, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was so fresh. It was seasoned to perfection. Um, it was just amazing. So that was just a book lights cover. But yeah, anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Y'all, my email is williamsfelicia@hotmail.com. Please send me an email and share ideas of things that you would like me to talk about, things that you would like my perspective on. I'm pretty much, a very open book. And yeah, we'll get it popping. I still have some of those conversation card piece questions that I've never finished with. So I'd love to come back with that. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing with this YouTube form or whatever, but yeah, I will definitely be back. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Ciao.